Page 28. Convert 46 hundredths to a percentage. So we are going to take the decimal and move it 2 places, because that's what percent means, per hundred, or 2 decimal places per hundredth. 2 places, which direction? That's the tricky part. And I always remembered, I love Dr. Pepper, and this helped me remember that. If I'm going from a decimal to a percent, I'm moving that way. It's also alphabetical order, but I remembered it as DP for Dr. Pepper. If I'm going from percent back to decimal, I'm going to go to the left. So that will help you if you have trouble remembering it. I've told you before, I'm dyslexic and I had trouble with directions. So this is one way that I could remember the correct movement when I was learning it. So we're moving it this way to get 46%. What you are literally doing is multiplying 100 times 0.46. So you've got 006, 004, 0064, and you have 2 scoops. So that's the math behind it, but the easiest way is just to go 2 places to the right. And it's always 2 places because of the 2 zeros in 100. So for this one, it says to convert 0.462 to a percentage. I'm going DP. I'm going decimal to percent, so I'll move it 1, 2. So this will be 46.2%. 0.999. I'm going from a decimal to a percent. 2 places this way, so it's 99.9%. 1.41 to a percentage. I'm going from a decimal to a percent. 1, 2, so it is 141%. 2.695. 2 places to the right gives you 269.5%. Let me write that just so you can see it. Convert 50% to a decimal. So now we're going from P to D. We're going back the other way. Let me bring this down here. Some people have no problem with this at all, and some people have trouble remembering the direction. If you're going from percent back to decimal, you're following this route, and you're doing 2 of them. So you take your percent sign away, put a decimal there, and then go back 2 places and put your decimal again. So you've got 0.50. In 0.50, this is an extraneous decimal. Zero, because 50 hundredths gives you an extra set of zeros. So 5/10 is D. 60% to a decimal. So you take away the percent sign and put a decimal in its place, and then go back toward D. So 0.60, that's an extraneous 0. So 0.6 is your answer, 6/10. Because 60 hundredths simplifies to 6/10. Convert 45% to a decimal. I need to slow down. I'm getting tongue-tied. So 45, put your decimal there, and then work back toward D 2 places. So you get 0.45, and this time they've chosen to use that leader 0. That's fine. You can use it or not. I always do because I tend to lose my decimal point. Convert 97.5% to a decimal. So we take 97.5. You can't add another decimal. You've already got one. So you just pick up this one and move it 2 places back toward D. So you have 0.975, and they have used the leader 0. That's fine. All right. Convert 110% to a decimal. So 110 decimal, and you go 2 places back toward the D. So it's 1.10, and this is an extraneous 0. It's this one. Convert 1/2 to a decimal. Hopefully you know that 1/2 is 0.5. If you don't, there are a couple of ways you can look at this one. If you know that 1/2 is 50%, then you can take that 50, replace that decimal there, and move it back. You can also do 1 divided by 2. So that's 5. Be careful though. You have to know that 0.5 and 0.50 are the same amount. That one, believe it or not, can cause a lot of problems. A lot of students I know would pick B, as in boy. But be careful. Just slow down and be sure that you're looking correctly. 1/10. If you know how to read decimals, you can do this one. 1/10 is 0.1. You could also do 1 divided by 10 to get 0.1. But you have to know, no, you don't, sorry, the answer's B, 1/10. Convert 2/4 to a decimal. Well, I know that 2/4 is the same as 1/2, and I know that 1/2 is 0.5. I could also do 2 divided by 4 to get 0.5. However you do it, that's the answer you want. For me, I know that 2/4 is a half. I'm seeing it this way. You could also think 2/4 of a dollar is 50 cents. Whatever works for you. All right, convert 4/5 to a decimal. If you know that 4/5 is 80%, you can do it that way. Some people know that one. And if you do, then you can get it this way. You can also do 4 divided by 5. And that's 0.8 with no remainder. So any way you do it, you can get there. This one, don't let it get you upset. If you know how to read decimals, you know how to do this. 99 hundredths. I'm going to write it out. 99, that's your numerator, hundredths. So that's 2 places. If I have a decimal and I have 2 places and I put a 99 in it, I've got my answer. You can also do it this way. 99, you can always do it this way. It works every time. Divided by 100. Won't go, goes 9. With 90 left, add 1 more, and you'll get it to terminate. I see it this way, but if you don't, it is okay. Convert 0.1 to a fraction. So when I look at that, my brain is saying 1/10. 1/10. Convert 0.5 to a fraction. If you know that 0.5 is a half, you've got it. If you don't, you have to read it like this. 5/10, or 5/10, which is not there. So see if it'll go lower, and it will. 1/2 is there.